Again, thank you, guests, freedom fighters, and activists for coming out and supporting liberty. Yep. I love what I'm hearing from the candidates, and they're exact on the issues that are important to me. As you guys know, the 2016 is shaping up to be a crazy year for the presidential races. Oh, my goodness. The parties are running politicians, not leaders. The choices offered as presidential candidates are pretty darn scary. And that's why I'm motivated to do what I'm doing today, being boots on the ground. The news reminds us every day the decay of our freedoms, the infringements of our rights, and the overreaches of the government. Congressional research cannot even determine the current number of federal crimes, which is scattered in 50 titles in the United States Code, encompassing 27,000 pages. The average citizen, when he wakes up in the morning, by the end of the day, is already breaking 3 felonies. We are also imprisoned by the choices our government makes, the rules, regulations, and taxation. The current federal debt is pretty darn scary, $19 trillion. And it's burdening the taxpayers $59,000 per. Our state debt is burdening our state residents $11,000. Our loss of freedom did not just happen overnight. We as citizens are just as much to blame, including myself. This is supposed to be a government of the people, for the people, not parties or corporations. We as citizens are given the opportunity to participate in the political process at all levels. For whatever reason, we just need to do a better job. So where to start? I turned to becoming an activist. I thought I was just going to retire from the military. You know, I've defended freedom, retire, fish, hunt, but I just did not like where the state of affairs is going in our country. And that's when I became an activist, a freedom fighter. My philosophy as an activist developed into my 3% pillars. My first pillar, community activism. I'm going to let our candidates shape things from the top down. As an activist, I'm going to get my community engaged and start shaping operations from the ground up. The second pillar, political activism. No longer are we going to give politicians freebies. No more. Every turn, every infringement, every legislation, I'm going to be there. And the third pillar, self-governance. This is very important, and it applies to every individual. That's exercising and defending your rights. A freedom unused is a freedom lost. No longer should we take those for granted. So, as I developed these 3 pillars, 3% pillars, my philosophy, also developed a method of engagement in my community. It's called Our Time. Reach, teach, inspire, motivate, and educate. First, by reaching. This is where the community activism plays a big part. When citizens are active and leaders lead from the front, and working with the communities, building trust and relationship, people will follow leaders, not politicians. Teach. Find what issues you are passionate. Learn about it and teach it. We all know that there's problems in this country. There are subject matter experts out there that reaches to your core, reaches to your heart. This is where you go out into the community and reach the citizens and teach them. Like, for instance, a lot of people know I do a lot of grassroots works in the community. I'm there day in, day out. I'm riding, I'm walking. I am the guy that's putting the skin in the game, and that's what every citizen has to do. Inspire. Leaders lead and politicians tell people what to do. Inspiration starts with you. This is where our motto, principles in action, are applied. As we like to say in the Libertarian Party, be the change and get involved. Let your actions inspire. Motivate. Leaders also share in the successes, acknowledge accomplishments by others, and reinforce positive change. This is important when you work with other groups and organizations, building relationships and networking. What this does for the party is it becomes a force multiplier. And educate. Leaders continue to learn it, live it, be it. Self-governance. You have to play an active role in exercising your freedoms, defending it, and accepting responsibility. All your freedoms, all the time. Freedom not used is a freedom lost. You give politicians an inch, and they will make you pay through legislation. 2016 is a critical year for us as citizens. The political landscape is changing and the dynamics are just as confusing. The two parties are in disarray. If we're going to make an impact as a party, this is the year. It's our time. Fight, fight hard, fight to win. Thank you.